How are you doing today?
Good. How you doing?
Right.
Doing very well. I'm really enjoying the series. I've only seen 3 episodes,
Okay.
but it's 3 episodes enough to have me completely hooked
Oh, great.
and want to see a lot more. And I'm not a huge Dune person. It was one of those things I always felt kind of disconnected from because it's so many names, so much history,
Yeah.
that it's a little intimidating. Was it intimidating for you?
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on, mate, to be honest. I have to ask him questions all the time. Yeah, I'm lucky I'm just an actor, mate, so I just get my lines and try to make it truthful.
You get a cheat sheet to kind of help
But
you?
yeah, here's my cheat sheet. Yeah.
What kind of advice do you give him? What kind of direction?
Travis is, I trust his instincts as an actor. So, it's always good to have
Big
someone
mistake.
on the outside bring their kind of version of that. That's what makes Dune really kind of feel real and kind of scary. And, what I loved about the book reading as a kid was that, things, are always turning and, there's many reversals, even about the kind of all the themes of it. And so, I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, especially like during this last few months with the election stuff, it kind of some of the things that come up.
So similar. There's so many.
Yeah,
There's
you're
a
like,
lot
wait
of-
a second, this is
Yeah.
sci-fi. I thought this was supposed to be, my escape, but it's like, oh no, it just reminds me of like this
Yeah.
kind of crazy world we live in.
Political craziness.
Yeah, we have a lot of political intrigue in our show, and we have a lot of people trying to control things, and it's
Don't know what
Yeah.
to believe.
don't know what to believe. Yeah, truth.
That's
Who you voting for, mate?
Uh,
Just say an answer, give an answer, be proud of who you vote for.
we'll bleep it
Come
out.
on.
Yeah.
Can you believe it? Yes. Well done. So come on.
So why did you want to take on this project? What was it? Is it, are you a Dune fan or is it just
Paycheck.
that's it?
Come on.
No, the writing is amazing. There's a built-in audience. It's a great world that's been created. But I like the games that are played in scripts. It's a big chess match. It's one big riddle. If you enjoy riddles, come along for the journey. It's you're always second guessing yourself. You don't know who's a hero, who's a bad guy, and there's just a real big. There's a competition too. Who's going to win. It's always great to watch a game. It's fun and adventurous.
Yeah, I really like what Travis said there. That you don't know who's a hero and who's a villain. That's seems to be an interesting part of Dune. And in this version that we're telling, it really kind of dives into that because we're just now getting started with the story. You know what I mean? About the world, the universe, as humanity has been untethered from thinking machines. You know what I mean? Who is going to lead them to the promised land, and like who is the best to control the fate of the future.
And well, your character, I won't spoil it too much, but your character is very much conflicting as a viewer because at first you think, oh, okay, he's just a loyal, follower, and then it goes a little bit. Well, I would say not a little bit, much further than you would expect him to. But he's not a heartless person. But he is ruthless. He's willing to do what needs to be done for the greater good.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think he feels very what's the word? Justified in his actions. He's seen a lot of people hurt. He's been hurt a lot himself, and he wants to get retribution. And he wants. He's got a big vendetta with certain people, and he's gonna pay him back. And he feels very righteous doing it.
You just wonder how loyal is too loyal. It's like.
It's true, and yeah, you got to be careful who you're loyal to as well, and there's he's meant to tell the truth all the time, and you'll find out in the end if he's telling the truth or not.
And the book provides somewhat. Excuse me. The book provides somewhat of a roadmap for you, but you also want to, of course, put your mark on this. So, what kind of creative freedom did you have while you're creating this series?
Yeah, so the Sisterhood of Dune, which we're kind of the series is sort of based on, tells the story of the beginning of the Sisterhood. We adhere to a lot of those bits and pieces to it, but we have a present day story 30 years later. Where Valia Harkin is now older, now played by Emily Watson, and that story is sort of our take on what's going on in the Dune universe right now. But we adhere to canon, we adhere to the echoes. We want to kind of make the fans who know the series kind of feel fulfilled about the series, about watching it. But also at the same time, for those who don't know about Dune, it's sort of an introduction of what the universe is. So.
Yeah, I enjoyed that part of it. That it was like I didn't need to call out to my brother or my my geek friends and say, "Help me out here." I was able to follow it, and I'm
great,
enjoying that.
That's great.
Definitely don't have to be a Dune fan to enjoy this show.
No. I mean, the political, there's so much. These characters are so, like you said, it's a chess match.
Yeah.
So anytime you have a good chess match and you know the basic rules, and all you have to do is follow and get immersed in it, and that's what happens.
100% agreed.
So you have all these toys to play with. As a producer and as an actor, you're held in suspension for at least an episode that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the whole world of Dune. What's it like getting to play in that, in that sandbox?
Oh
Yeah, it's a lot. You'll see a lot of things that you've never seen on telly before. I want a remote control car. To be honest. But there's a lot of stuff. There's great little gadgets and that used throughout the show, and amazing sets, and there's a lot that you've never seen on telly. And we're lucky because we have the technology. There's a lot of period pieces or styles of show that don't have the ability to use technology. So in this show it's great. Like even the difference between Game of Thrones and all that stuff.
Totally.
We've got no. I haven't watched it. It's got no machines on that anywhere, do they?
No, not like our stuff. But we're also, what's cool about what we're trying to do is the origin tale aspects is fascinating to me. Like when you talk about the voice, which is so iconic throughout Dune, the movies, we show a little kind of like how it started, where it came from. The Harkonnen family, where they came from, why. Was it right to vilify them? Who are they? The beginning of the feud between the two families, the Atreides and the Harkonnens. It's so fun to just dive into that stuff and dramatize it. It's just great.
Well, speaking of the voice and the powers on the series, if you could have one of the powers, which one would it be, and how would you use it?
I'd like to be a hip hop dancer.
That's on the show.
Finale. It's hard to not use. I'm not one to use the voice. The voice is a truly awesome power. That's probably my favorite power on the show.
How would you use it? What would be the first thing you?
Just to make this guy breakdance. It'd be kind of fun to see that. Yeah.
Comes full circle.
Yeah. There you go.
Well,
I like the mental games that you can play with people and really get inside their heads. And I'm lucky my character's got good ability to really mess with people's minds.
it's one thing I like about your character is how it's like he doesn't even know where we don't know as a fan or as a viewer where he stands and what he's about, but he's kind of maybe being tricked. So it's really fascinating. So
no, there's a lot going on, a lot to think about, and that's what it's so enjoyable about the scripts in the series. It's very complex, and it's always got you thinking, and it's very thought-provoking in an interesting way. Not a what the fuck are they doing way.
Very much so. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank
I'm
you.
looking forward to seeing the rest of it, and
Great.
best of luck.